Over the decades, the NBA has blessed fans with some of the most electrifying dunkers the world has ever seen. These players have turned the simple act of dunking into a spectacle, leaving fans in awe and opponents in despair. From gravity-defying leaps to rim-rattling slams, these athletes have revolutionized the game with their aerial assaults. Today, we're counting down the 10 best dunkers in NBA history. Each of these players brought something unique to the art of dunking. Some dazzled with their creativity, while others intimidated with their sheer power. But all of them left a lasting legacy on the game. At number 10, it's Dwight Howard. Standing at 6'10" with a chiseled frame, was one of the most dominant dunkers of his era. Known as Superman, Howard's combination of size, strength, and athleticism made him nearly unstoppable in the paint. His dunks were powerful, often leaving defenders looking helpless as he threw down with authority. Howard's performance in the 2008 NBA Slam Dunk Contest, where he donned a Superman cape and threw down a dunk that seemed to defy gravity, is one of the most memorable moments in dunk contest history. His ability to catch alley-oops, finish in traffic, and overpower opponents made him a constant highlight reel presence throughout his career. When Blake Griffin entered the NBA, he brought with him a level of athleticism and explosiveness that the league hadn't seen in years. Griffin quickly became known for his highlight reel dunks, often posterizing defenders with his incredible leaping ability and power. His combination of size, strength, and agility made him a nightmare for opponents and a fan favorite. Griffin's 2011 NBA Slam Dunk Contest performance, where he famously jumped over a car to complete a dunk, solidified his place as one of the best dunkers in the league. But it wasn't just in the contest where Griffin shined. His in-game dunks were just as spectacular. Whether it was an alley-oop from Chris Paul or a putback slam, Griffin had a knack for finishing with authority around the rim. Griffin's dunking ability helped transform the Los Angeles Clippers into Lob City, and his impact on the game has been significant. He brought a level of excitement and showmanship to the court that few players have matched, making him one of the most electrifying dunkers in NBA history. Julius Irving, known as Dr. J, is widely regarded as one of the pioneers of modern dunking. Before Irving, dunking was seen as a simple way to score points, but he turned it into an art form. His ability to soar through the air with grace and power made him one of the most iconic players of his era. One of Dr. J's most famous dunks came during the 1976 ABA Slam Dunk Contest, where he took off from the free throw line and threw down a one-handed slam, a move that would later inspire Michael Jordan. Irving's in-game dunks were just as memorable, often leaving fans and opponents in awe with his ability to seemingly hang in the air. Irving's impact on the game of basketball cannot be overstated. He helped popularize dunking and pave the way for future generations of high flyers. His combination of athleticism, creativity, and flair made him a true dunking legend and a player who will forever be remembered as one of the greatest dunkers in NBA history. Shawn Kemp, known as the Rain Man, was one of the most explosive dunkers of the 1990s. Kemp's combination of size, speed, and athleticism made him a nightmare for defenders. His powerful dunks, often thrown down with a primal scream, were a staple of his game and a key part of the Seattle Supersonics' success during his time there. Kemp's ability to elevate and finish with authority in traffic was unmatched. His posterizing dunks, often over multiple defenders, became a regular feature on highlight reels. Kemp's aerial assaults on the rim were not only a crowd pleaser, but also a statement of his dominance on the court. Kobe Bryant, known for his scoring prowess and killer instinct, was also one of the most electrifying dunkers of his era. Bryant's dunking ability was a key part of his offensive arsenal, and he often used it to make a statement on the court. Whether it was posterizing defenders or throwing down powerful slams in transition, Bryant's dunks were always a sight to behold. One of Kobe's most famous dunks came during the 2003 NBA playoffs, when he drove baseline and threw down a vicious one-handed slam over the towering Tim Duncan. This dunk not only showcased Bryant's athleticism, but also his fearlessness and determination to take on any challenge. Bryant's combination of skill, creativity, and competitive spirit made him one of the most dynamic dunkers in NBA history. His ability to rise to the occasion and deliver when it mattered most made his dunks even more special. Kobe's legacy as one of the greatest players of all time is well established, and his dunking ability is a big part of what made him so special. Before we get to the top 5 greatest dunkers in NBA history, like the video and subscribe if you're new. LeBron James, often referred to as the King, is one of the most powerful and explosive dunkers the NBA has ever seen. Standing at 6'9" and weighing 250 pounds, James combines size, strength, and athleticism in a way that few players in history have. His dunks are are often thunderous, leaving defenders helpless as he powers his way to the rim. One of LeBron's most iconic dunks came in 2013 when he jumped over Jason Terry to finish an alley-oop pass from Norris Cole. This dunk encapsulated everything that makes LeBron a special dunker: power, athleticism, and the ability to rise above any challenge. James's in-game dunks have been a staple of his career, whether it's on the fast break, in the half court, or even in the clutch. His combination of skill and physicality has made him one of the most dominant forces in the game, and his dunking ability has been a key part of that dominance. LeBron's legacy as one of the greatest players of all time is secure, and his dunking prowess is a big reason why. Shaquille O'Neal, known as Shaq, was one of the most dominant forces the NBA has ever seen, and his dunking ability was a big part of that dominance. Standing at 7'1" and weighing over 300 pounds, Shaq used his size and strength to overpower defenders and throw down some of the most powerful dunks in NBA history. Shaq's dunks were not just about power, they were about intimidation. When he dunked, it was as if he was sending a message to his opponents that they were no match for him. His ability to finish strong at the rim made him a nightmare for defenders and a constant highlight reel presence. One of Shaq's most famous dunks came during the 1993-94 season when he broke the backboard after throwing down a powerful slam. This dunk epitomized Shaq's dominance and solidified his place as one of the greatest dunkers in NBA history. Shaq's dunking ability was a key part of his game and helped him become one of the most unstoppable forces in the history of the NBA. His combination of size, strength, and athleticism made him a true dunking legend. Dominique Wilkins, known as the Human Highlight Film, was one of the most electrifying dunkers in NBA history. Wilkins was known for his incredible athleticism and power, and his dunks were a perfect combination of both. He had a knack for rising above defenders and throwing down thunderous slams, often leaving fans and opponents in awe. Wilkins was a two-time NBA Slam Dunk Contest champion, and his battles with Michael Jordan in the 1980s are the stuff of legend. His ability to perform under pressure and deliver jaw-dropping dunks made him a fan favorite and a true dunking icon. Wilkins' in-game dunks were just as spectacular as his contest dunks. Whether it was a fast break or a half-court set, Wilkins had a knack for finding his way to the basket and finishing with authority. His combination of power, creativity, and consistency made him one of the greatest dunkers in NBA history. Michael Jordan, widely regarded as the greatest basketball player of all time, was also one of the most iconic dunkers in NBA history. Jordan's dunking ability was a key part of his game, and he often used it to make a statement on the court. Whether it was soaring through the air for a powerful slam or gliding past defenders with finesse, Jordan's dunks were always a sight to behold. One of Jordan's most famous dunks came during the 1988 NBA Slam Dunk Contest, where he took off from the free throw line and threw down a one-handed slam. This dunk not only won him the contest, but also became one of the most iconic images in basketball history. Jordan's in-game dunks were just as impressive as his contest dunks. He had a knack for rising above defenders and finishing with authority, often leaving fans and opponents in awe. His ability to perform under pressure and deliver when it mattered most made his dunks even more special. Jordan's legacy as one of the greatest players of all time is well established, and his dunking ability is a big part of what made him so special. His combination of athleticism, creativity, and competitive spirit made him a true dunking legend and a player who will forever be remembered as one of the greatest dunkers in NBA history. Vince Carter, known as Vinsanity, is widely regarded as one of the greatest dunkers in NBA history. Carter's combination of athleticism, creativity, and flair made him one of the most electrifying players of his era. His ability to rise above defenders and throw down powerful dunks made him a constant highlight reel presence and a fan favorite. One of Carter's most iconic dunks came during the 2000 NBA Slam Dunk Contest, where he performed a 360-degree windmill dunk that left the crowd and judges in awe. This dunk, along with several others from that contest, solidified Carter's place as one of the greatest dunkers of all time. Carter's in-game dunks were just as spectacular as his contest dunks. He had a knack for finding his way to the basket and finishing with authority, often leaving defenders helpless. Whether it was a fast break or a half-court set, Carter's dunks were always a sight to behold. Carter's dunking ability helped him become one of the most exciting players in the league, and his impact on the game of basketball has been significant. He inspired a generation of players with his aerial exploits and helped helped elevate the art of dunking to new heights. Vince Carter's legacy as one of the greatest dunkers in NBA history is secure, and his highlight reel dunks will be remembered for years to come. But while dunking is one aspect of dominance on the court, there's more to the story of basketball greatness. Speaking of dominance, have you ever wondered who had the most dominant season in NBA history? From legendary performances to record-breaking achievements, there are a few seasons that stand above the rest. Click here to see who had the most dominant season in NBA history.